This is Michael Gerace with Clearview Sewer Cams. It is May 17th, 2022. We're performing a video sewer inspection through the 4-inch ABS plastic mainline sewer cleanout that is in the grass to the right of the front door area. And that is the cleanout, the front door area and the front yard going out toward the street. We're going to set our camera right at the opening. We're going to zero out our camera monitor to get a good accurate reading. Okay, we're zeroed out. We're going to begin running through the ABS plastic mainline sewer cleanout. And we transition immediately to what appears to be cast iron pipe and fittings. A little difficult to make it around the cast iron fitting. Okay, and we're in the sewer now. And we can't tell exactly what it is yet. Looks like ABS plastic possibly. And then we've got a fitting right in front of us. Appears to be clay. And we had a little bit of root intrusion in the joint. Next joint we have a considerable amount of root intrusion. We are right now about 70% restricted with roots, and we're only in just a few feet. We're in about 7 feet, so we're right by the walkway, the concrete walkway, and the grass area. We're going to continue to run in. We got a little offset there. Next joint, we have a considerable amount of root intrusion. We're about 70% restricted again in the next joint. Can't see the joint because of all the roots. We're at least 70% restricted. Difficult to run through. We're going to have to run some water to try and clear our camera lens. We're going to flush the toilet and run some water real quick. So we're going to pause for a moment. Pause, Mike. Okay, now we've transitioned back to cast iron. We washed our camera lens off. We're going to continue running out toward the street. Continue running out. A little slow. Keep going. A little slower. You can. Continue running out, and we've got a fitting, got a little water and inlet coming in. Going to continue running out. We've got a little bit of buildup in the cast iron, not terrible. Continue running out. A little debris in the line. We're going to try and push past that. There you go. Still in cast iron. So far the cast iron appears to be in fair and maintainable condition at this time. Coming up to a turn, you get a little bit of buildup here and some scaling. Quite a bit of buildup and scaling, but that can possibly be cleaned if need be later. Still not terrible, it's still maintainable. Continue, made a little turn. We're going to run through, heading out toward our city sewer. Going to continue to run out. Not too fast so I can see it. Keep going. There we go. Keep going. A little faster. A little bit. Okay, we're going to pause here for a moment. We're going to pull back just a little bit. We want to locate this area, so we're going to pause for a moment. So, it appears that we ran back into the house instead of running out toward the street. There's a fitting that's very, very difficult to try and get through. Well, at least we inspected the cast iron waistline underneath the slab, and the cast iron waistline appears to be in fair and maintainable condition. So we're going to pull back now, and we're going to try again, see what we can do, see if we can get out. Either that, or we're going to change cameras and try and run a smaller camera if we can't make the turn. So we're going to pause our mic. We're just going to continue to pull back as we already inspected all the waistline. We've got a little bit of an offset and we have some root intrusion. We're going to continue to push out. Keep going. See what the next joint looks like.
That's the cast.
Go back and cast.
Next to the house. That's right here at this fitting.
Okay, we're going to pull our camera out now. Appears that the clean out is feeding back in toward the house instead of going toward the street. So we're going to pull our camera out. We cannot get the camera to go down the line. We're going to pull the camera out and we're going to end up having to probably run through a roof vent. So we're going to pause our audio for a moment. Okay, we marked this area with an orange flag right in front of the crawl space cover on the right front corner of the house at 1 foot 6 inches deep. We've got a major offset. We're continuing to run in. Make a little turn. Tell them to go. Hold it. Okay, we're going to continue to run out. Have a little joint we just passed with a little bit of root intrusion in that joint. Going to pull back just a little tiny bit. You get a better view right there. Got some root intrusion in that joint. Not terrible. We're going to continue to run in. Next joint, we've got a little tiny bit of root intrusion in again. We're going to continue to run through there. This is older vitreous clay. So we've got some root intrusion in the joints. Next joint, we have a little tiny bit of root intrusion as well. We're going to continue to run out. Next joint, we have some root intrusion we're coming upon. Okay, pause. Pull back just a little bit. Slow. Right there. Appears that we might be transitioning to ABS plastic. Kind of hard to see. We'll be able to tell in a few more minutes, but there's root intrusion in this joint as well. So we're going to continue to run in. It's still in vitreous clay. It appeared to be ABS. It's hard to tell. It's really dark instead of orange. But it is vitreous clay piping. We're going to continue to run in. Another joint, minor root intrusion. Going to continue to run out. That joint has some minor root intrusion. Still maintainable condition at this time. Not in terrible condition. Going to continue to run out. We're going to go slow right here. That joint's in fair and maintainable condition. Going to continue to run out. That joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition. That joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition, and we're making a turn now. The next joint has a little tiny offset, and we're going to pause right here for a moment. We're going to locate this area. Okay, we located this area at 5 foot 2 inches deep, and it is in the driveway, right about the middle of the driveway. We marked it with a red crayon. So we're going to shut our locator off, and we're going to continue to push out. We're probably about 25 feet or so from the city sewer. Going to continue to run out. And we are in the city lateral. Coming up on a joint. That joint has some minor root intrusion. We're going to continue to push in. Nothing terrible. Continue to push in. Continue to push in. We're going to go slow. Push in. We've got an offset in the lateral. Keep pushing in. We've got an offset and separation right here. I don't know if we're going to be able to jump this or not. We'll try. We're going to pause for one moment. We're just going to locate this area. Okay, we located this area about 3 feet into the street, and we just put an X right in the middle of the driveway area, about 6 foot 8 inches deep. So we're going to continue to run out slowly. If we can get past this, we might have to pull back and try and jump this area. Probably going to have to pull back about 2 feet, Nathan, and try and jump it. Right there. Running in hard. Okay, you got past it. Keep pushing in. Little offset in the next joint, not terrible. Coming up on the next joint, and we're going to go slow, stop. We're in the city sewer. Okay, we're in the city sewer. We're going to pull back just a tiny, tiny bit. We're right at the edge of the saddle. Right there. So we're right at the edge of the city sewer saddle at about 78 feet out. We're going to pull back very slowly. Take a look at the saddle joint. It appears to be in fair and maintainable condition at this time. We're going to take a look at the next joint. We're going to pull back very slowly. Coming up to the joint. That joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition at this time. Now a little bit quicker, a little bit. We're going to continue to pull back. Those joints appear to be in fair and maintainable condition. Next joint's got the offset right there where we marked it at 6 foot 8 inches deep. No broken areas in the joint. No major separations. Got a little bit of root intrusion in that joint. Again, maintainable, not in terrible condition. Making a turn. Those joints appear to be in fair and maintainable condition. That's our test tee right there that's in the driveway area that we marked out. We're going to continue to pull back now. Got a short lateral. The manhole area is only about 8 feet off the curb. And the street's not real wide. All those joints appear to be in fair and maintainable condition. We're just going to pull back slowly now. We've already inspected the entire property sewer line. So we're just going to pull back slow. Minor root intrusion there. Again, maintainable. The roots in the line can be maintained as well as that joint with a chemical called Root X, ROOT-X, which can be flushed down the toilet maybe once a year. That joint has a little tiny bit of roots in it. Going to continue to pull back. Making a turn. Pulling back. And that was our offset that we could see and we marked out in the grass in front of the crawl space. And we're back into cast iron under the house. We're pulling back. And we're pulling up and out of our galvanized vent pipe. And I am going to run through the vent pipe on the other side of the house real quick just to take a good look and make sure that we don't have a branch line. Hold it, Steve. Make sure we don't have a branch line coming in. And if there is, I just want to see the condition. Now we're above the hall bathroom. If you walk into the house, you turn to your left and there's a hall bathroom, a full hall bathroom. We're going to wipe our camera lens down real good. We got a little bit of film on it. There we go. We're going to end up inserting our camera down into the 2-inch vent. We're running down our galvanized vent line toward our waistline. Okay, now we're making our turn into our waistline. We're through our vent, and now we're into our waistline. We're running through our waistline. And we should exit the house. And more than likely, we're going to transition to vitreous clay. So far, the cast iron waistline appears to be in fair and maintainable condition. And right there, we're going to pause for a minute and pull back if we can. We're going to pull back just a little bit. Okay, we have a whole lot of debris, a whole lot of roots. We're going to push in. We're going to push in again. This push in. There's a lot of roots and we're almost compacted. We're going to pause right there and locate this area. Okay, we located this area right in front of the entrance doors of the house. We are 2 foot 5 inches deep under the cement, and we are compacted with roots. And we're going to take our locator off, and we're going to try and push through this area. Okay, Nathan, back up just a little bit and try and push through. Right there. Okay, we got through that area. We're going to push out a little bit slow. Okay, we got a transition right here. Pull back a little tiny bit. Pull back. Pull back. Right there. Got a little bit of an offset right here in the transition from ABS plastic to cast iron. Not terrible. We don't have major root intrusion. We don't have major offset or break, but we do have a small offset. We're going to continue to push in now. We underwater right there a little bit, and then we come out of it. Now we're going into the area where we have a little bit of root intrusion. We're going to continue to push out. A little more root intrusion there. Continue to push out. More root intrusion here. Next joint, minor root intrusion. We're going to pause right there. Go in just a little tiny bit. In. Tell them in, not out. In. He's going out. He's pulling out. Right there. Okay, we're going to pause here for a moment. We're going to double check this area and locate it. Okay, we located this area, and the line from the full bathroom in the hallway cuts across from the front of the house over to the right front corner of the house and ties into the sewer line. So we're going to continue to push in, and we should come up to a fitting that transitions. So we're going to continue to push in, and now we're making our turn, and we're going to transition right there, and now we're running out into the sewer line. So we've got several root intruded joints, major root intruded joint underneath the concrete. So we're going to pause right there, and we're going to begin pulling our camera back.
Yes.
We're going to pull it out. Pull it out.
Hello?
Slowly. So we're going to begin pulling our camera out.
Hello.
Go slow. Pull back a little bit. We got some roots. Keep pulling back. Slow. Keep pulling back. Right there. Stops. Okay, minor root intrusion. We're going to mark that area. Go in about 6 inches.
Go in 6 inches.
Right there.
Top.
Okay, so we're going to locate this area real quick. Okay, we marked this area at 2 foot 10 inches deep with an orange flag in the grass toward the right-hand corner of the house. We're going to begin pulling back again to the next joint. Tell them go slow.
Slow.
Keep coming. 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 Right there. Right there. Push in about 6 inches.
Push in 6 inches.
A little more. Tiny bit. Right there. Okay, we're going to pause and locate this area real quick. Okay, we located this area in the grass by the kitchen window area, and we marked it with an orange flag at 2 foot 8 inches deep. We're going to continue to pull back very slowly. Keep coming back. Right there. Right there. Go back in. 6 inches. Now we're underwater. Keep going in. Right there. Right there. Okay, we're actually underwater, and we had some large root intrusion right there. We're going to mark this area. Okay, we marked this area in the grass, close to the kitchen window, at 2 foot 8 inches deep, and heavy root intrusion, and we're holding water right here. So, I'm going to take our locator off. Going to continue pulling back. You can see the root intrusion in there. Got quite a bit. Continue pulling back. Stop. Go in a little bit. tiny bit. Go in. He's coming out. Right there. Good. Okay, we've got another large root intrusion right here. We're probably 60 to 70% restricted. We're going to locate and mark this area. Okay, we located this area in the grass in front of, looks like the dining room area, 2 foot 7 inches deep, and heavy root intrusion, very large root intrusion. Going to continue to pull back now. We have some more, little bit of root intrusion there. Now we're holding water right here. We're underwater completely, and then we come out of it. We've got an offset there. Coming back, we've got a cast iron fitting, vitreous clay fitting, a little bit of root intrusion there. Going to continue pulling back. And now go in. Push in a little bit. Push in. Right there. We have major root intrusion right here. We're just going to locate this area. Okay, we located this area again. This is at 2 foot 5 inches deep under the concrete pad in front of the front doors entrance area. So we're going to continue to pull back, and we're pulling out of our another area right back behind it. Then it transitions to cast iron. We got a problem right in that area, especially. Got a problem with this entire line cutting across the yard and tying into the main sewer line going out. This is a branch line. Then it ties into the main sewer line. Now we're coming back through the waistline of the house, and we have cast iron. The cast iron appears to be in fair and maintainable condition at this time. Not terrible. It's got some scaling and a little bit of buildup, but still in pretty decent shape, especially I'm sure that this is original to the house. So we appear to be in pretty good shape right here. Now we're coming up, and we're coming out of our vent pipe, so we got water hanging off the camera lens. You can't really see much as we're coming out. And now we're out of the roof vent, and that will conclude our waste line and sewer line inspection.